Alright, so in this new episode, we are going to install this dual charger that actually goes here, that replaces the Ashtray. I don't need this anymore. So let's see what comes in the box. Comes pretty well wrapped. Gives you a instruction manual, I believe. Oh, it gives you a drill hole placement. I don't know if you guys can see that, for you to put in actually into your cup holder and drill correctly. So we're gonna save that, put it right there. And then in the box comes your dual charger USB-C replacement. So we'll see that right now. And it gives you like a coin cubby, pretty extensive wire for you to, wire it correctly into this console. So let's get into this. Let's set this aside. You guys might be tumbling around a little bit because I don't really have a pretty good mount for this as of right now. Don't really do a lot of interior stuff for all I remember. So first and foremost, we're just gonna pull the shifter bezel up like so. There should be one connector here, but we're just gonna leave that as is for now. And then another one over here and here. But you guys will see there's one screw over here. I can't really, get you guys closer, but you guys will get the gist of it. And there's another screw here. In my car, that's missing. So we're just gonna take out one single screw. And honestly, there's other stuff that I gotta do to this console because it's cracked, it's broken, and all that lovely stuff. And technically this is all you need to do in the front. I mean, there is a few other, other steps, which is pretty easy if you ask me. But okay, well, this lovely piece, I guess I'm gonna have to super glue. It broke. I don't know if it's because of the heat or what, but it's definitely broken off. Same as everything else in this car. They're old, can't really expect much. So come on, screw. All right, that's out. Next up is stick your hand right up over here, push up onto your hazard lights, and then you have a plug there. You can leave it or you can attempt to take it off, but under there you'll see another screw, and that's something that we're gonna have to take off, same as the lock switch, as we have to lift the entire panel up and wire under it and all that good stuff. So let's do that. That's how nasty under here looks like under here, So we're gonna have to do that. It goes through if you wanted to. So that's that for the front for now. Wow, we're gonna move to the back real quick. Going to the back, let me turn off the lights. Oh, turn off those lights here in the back. Hopefully you guys can see. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. So here in the back, oh look, the mount. And that is falling off too. All right, so here in the back, all you're gonna do is pull this out. If it ever wants to come out. It's pretty complicated. Well, not necessarily complicated, but it is pretty, well, there we go. Broken. Like every other thing in this car. Well, again, I can't really ask for much on these cars. It's an old BMW that needs a lot of love and care. So I'll probably be adding some extra chargers here or cup holders for the people in the rear, but all you gotta do is come on, pull up on that. If it ever wants to come up, not that I really care that there's anything in the back right now, but all right, let me reset and find a pick or something to pick this out. All right, so we're back. I found my lovely broken Matco Tools trim removal piece and a flathead that goes with that not steering, what the hell am I even talking about? That screwdriver. So again, try to pop this out gently. In this case, being this old and fragile is what happens. I mean, it still works. It's just a coating around that broke. Not a big deal. We'll set that aside. Next thing to do is to just push down on this a little bit, and you will reveal 2 screws here and here to remove your center console. You can remove your entire what is it called, vents, if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna leave it there. It doesn't really bother me. So next up is removing this. Just 2 screws. Ah, that is lovely when sweat just gets into your eye. Who does not love a little bit of sweat in your eye? Oh. 2 screws. Boom. Right there. I believe this now lifts up. And there you have it. This goes in a very specific way. I'll show you guys right now since I have it out. But that goes in, those 2 pegs goes in right there and right there, and that's what holds your center armrest in, no problem. So next up to get that entire contraption out is to undo this one right here. And this one right here. And I believe the entire, wood trim center console piece will come out. You're just gonna have to disconnect a few things. And you're golden. So let me get these out and come to the front of the car and show you guys what else is to disconnect and what to look forward to. All right, so now in theory, this entire piece should lift up since there's nothing really grabbing none of this, or not grabbing, holding any of this together. So we're gonna gently lift up. Where's my lovely pie tool that I lost? We're just gonna, since everything is melted all together or whatnot, I'm just gonna kind of pry this open, and there's grime in places. Slight pry here, slight pry there, and see where this leads to, because oh, there we go. That did not sound very convincing, but that's something. Let me see if I can put you guys down somewhere. Kind of like there. Hopefully you guys won't fall, but you guys can angle this in a certain way to actually be able to slide it back in to where it's at. You have a few connections in different places, like this one, which we're going to talk about later. I believe this is your cigarette lighter one. Slide this puppy back in like so. Therefore you don't have to deal with it, and disconnect it. And then you have your hazard switch, which I'm gonna attempt to use my handy dandy Matco tool again, because I have to get it off. I thought you could have left it without it, but or where is the extension of the screwdriver? Oh, right here. So we're just gonna slide this under and pull forward without activating the lovely hazard switch. I should have done this before. Now it's a whole thing. But yeah, take this out, and we'll be back. All right, so first and foremost, I'm gonna probably start cleaning this. I don't know if you guys can see how nasty that is, but also how much grime there is here in the back. My actual lid from here, I don't know if you guys can see the motion of it, but it sounds pretty crunchy, and it's not smooth whatsoever. So I'm gonna clean that really quick with just regular degreaser, and then I'm gonna add some white lithium grease. Hopefully that makes it slightly better, or a million times better. So we're just gonna do that as of right now, since I generally don't know the actual condition of that. Hopefully it doesn't melt or do anything crazy to the plastic, but at this point anything is better than what I have. So this is not a required step by no means, but again, it's for my personal sanity about how my car is in the inside. And so yeah, hopefully this turns out pretty good, at least here in the back, and I can be happy about it. You see how nasty that is? I don't know if you guys can see that. That's without water. Here. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I mean, I don't blame it. It is a car. We're all germ bombs at some point in life, and generally this is no exception. So I'm just gonna clean away. Hopefully it's better. And we'll be right back once we're ready with this and with white lithium grease. All right, we have not added the white lithium grease, but we are going to start getting ready to drill out this thing. And I cut off the template. Yes, it's black now on the edges or whatever, but you can see it says that there's a drill hole there. Let me see if I can zoom in. So 4 to 5 millimeter hole. I'm gonna start drilling a pilot hole, therefore it's easier, but don't worry about this. This is just me cleaning up or whatever. So let's get that through. Sorry about the sniffles. I am dying with allergies as we speak. But what is new about that? I'm gonna grab a 1/8 drill bit just for a lovely pilot hole, because I don't really feel like doing a fat hole right away. So we're just gonna hold this down since it's not fully placed in. I guess my drill bits are not the greatest. Well, that went through. So you guys can see the hole there. The paper's extremely wet, but come on, zoom in. It matches the hole pretty darn good. It's not as big as it's intended to, but we're gonna make that slightly bigger. I'm gonna use, next up is 5 and 30. 5 5:30 seconds. I don't have millimeter drill bit, so this will do. So that's that. Let me just grab the actual device and see if it fits through. It looks like it does, but we're gonna have to go slightly bigger. So now, I believe that 11/16 should do the trick. I measured the hole on the template with this, and it was slightly around the same size. We're just gonna go through and through, and hopefully all is good. Partially with me, I feel like this should be able to go through and through. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through the back of this back piece, therefore I can actually fully connect that over. All right, so now that's drilled. Nothing was harmed throughout. Mechanism still works, like so. Nothing looks out of place or anything crazy. So now we can say that my hands are extremely dirty because of this stupid console, but anyways, now we can actually start threading the wire through. Oh, that's it through. There we go. That's that. And we're gonna probably catch it from the bottom. If I can ever get this through, but yeah. Or do I just need a bigger hole? Which honestly at this point I don't mind making. They're not gonna see it, I'm not gonna see it. So the drill bit that I'm using for this one is the 3/16. So hopefully this does a trick, because oh. Looks like it should. Let's try this again. Thread the wires through the hole. I see one. I'm gonna somewhat twist them together because they're not going in the same way. Or in the same direction, better said. They are going the same way, but just one, once it hits the actual piece, it decides to go some other route. And now we have both. Okay, perfect. So after threaded that through, we are going to set this lovely puppy in. Like so. Come on, pull the cable through. And it's set in. Nice and sleek. Things still work. So I'm actually loving it for now. So let's go add white lithium grease and see if this is any better when it comes to, you know, the sliding mechanism actually going through using lovely CRC white lithium grease. We're gonna just flip this around and just check up onto the slide points or whatever. Hopefully you guys can see right there, or not, but the slide points should be that one right there, and then that one right there. There's like a rail there, so let me try to do that and show you guys at the same time, which I don't know if that's going to be a success, but nevertheless, why not try, right? So this is what we're going to do. A little bit of that right there. It's all white. Hey, that's what she said. Well, then you got some here. This comes out pretty aggressively, so just be wary about that. And oh, I guess we went through the front. We're gonna have to clean that up real quick, because if not, everything is gonna be greasy. Right here, yeah. Clean that up. And then I think we should also grease this part up, where this is the spring-loaded part. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference, but it does slide through there. So I'm assuming that at some point it does make a difference. So we're just gonna do it anyways. Same on the other side, right there. Hopefully it actually does something. We're gonna set it back down, like so, and I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know how this is supposed to feel, because I've never really had it working correctly ever since I got the car. But as of right now, that is good enough to me. Now comes the question, how do you wire this up, right? In this paper, it says here, connect the black to brown wire and the red to red black when connecting to the cigarette lighter. You know, you have the choice of where do you want to connect it. I think I'm going to do the same thing. But the only thing is that I'm probably going to just splice into the wire instead of like fully, well, I am going to solder it, but I'm not going to cut the connector, if you guys know what I mean. If not, I mean, I'll show you guys once we're inside the car. All right, let's go back. All right, so hopefully you guys can actually see here. I guess at some point I'm gonna have to buy a body mount. So this is your cigarette lighter connection right here, and the paper says black and red to red, and then brown for ground. Same thing we have here, technically red to red and black to red here. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And in this case, you have multiple methods. You can chop and splice or whatever, but I think what I'm gonna do is remove this right here, like the tape, and then I'm gonna splice with my lovely tool right here and right here to actually get it through, and then solder the actual connection on it. Therefore, you know, I don't think if I ever sold the car, I don't think anybody's gonna say that it's a bad modification. So I think I'm just gonna make this permanent, to be honest. So let's do that, and I'll show you how that goes. Hopefully I have a better camera angle, because you guys are pretty darn far right now. So let's do that. I should have actually bought Tessa tape, but we're just gonna peel this back. It's already like worn enough that you can do that. So I'm gonna grab my wire stripper here, And honestly, I love these wire strippers for the simple fact that you can actually just splice up through here. I'm not going to do it all the way forward to the connector. Therefore, if anybody wants to add anything or change anything or just revert it back to stock, you don't have to go through there. So I'm just going to grab the cable through here, and there we have it. Spliced over here. And then we're going to do the same thing to the black and brown, or the red and black. That wasn't a good splice. This has been sitting in the car way too long. I've been trying to do this forever, but never did. And we have another splice here. Hopefully you guys can see. Right there. Splice and splice. I broke a little bit of a cable right there. Not a biggie. But we got both splices there. So, next up, since I work with cars and it's lovely and I have a bunch of tools or whatever, we're gonna use the Milwaukee soldering gun. And funny enough, I also have a butane one, but the only reason why I have the kit here is for the actual solder. I don't know where my solder ended up, so we're just going to use that for now. And you guys are extremely sideways. And it's about to start raining, so hopefully I can do this in a quickly manner. I thought about having this as a removable part, but then again, I mean, honestly, how many times am I gonna work here? And considering how long this is, I can actually just move the entire center console to the side. I haven't decided. I might just, electrical tape this back and, call it a day. I don't know. This is just a test run, so let's give it a good go and hope for the best, because working on cars is always a project and yada yada yada. So we'll just do that. Strip the end of this to make it slightly longer. Strip the end of that to make it slightly longer. And we should be good to go there. I'm actually kind of nervous, funny enough. It's not the soldering. It's more like, am I gonna have to do this again eventually? So let this heat up. It does get hot really quick, and as we said before, it is going to be red to red and black and red to red. So what we're gonna do, and let me set this on the ground, because if not, I'm gonna make a complete utter mess with this. This is exactly how we're gonna do this right now. Put this over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think this is gonna be an issue, but I don't know how many times I'm gonna get into this, so might as well just do this for now. And then at some point I'm gonna update you guys if I ever change this. But what I'm gonna do is just wrap this cable around here like so, and then I hope that I actually have electrical tape at home. I don't remember that I do, but I hope I do. Therefore I can solidify this connection, and you guys won't be able to see it, I won't be able to see it, but wrap this cable around, wrap this one around, and grab your lovely solder. I find best to actually put some in the tip. That's what she said. And go at it slightly like this. Add some here. It's going to start melting slowly. into it, I hope. It's really hard to do it inside the car with the actual connection like this, but it'll go eventually before you burn the cable down, you know. So the reason why I'm not using the butane one is that it actually gets extremely hot, and there needs to be an exhaust. This being, you know, electric, you don't have an exhaust, so it's just a heating element inside the why am I blanking out right now? It's just a electric heating element, just like an oven or whatever other product that we use that has heat, like a hair dryer that is internal. So, oh, finally. Yeah, it takes a little bit getting this soldered. That's one. This one should be easier since I didn't splice it badly, or that badly. So, actually, let me just try to do it sideways since I was blocking you guys. But hopefully you guys can see. That should be pretty solid. Once you turn this off, it's gonna keep flashing red, therefore you do not touch the tip. Put this aside and somewhere safe. Yank on your connection. I think it's pretty solid, if I don't say so myself. And then we're gonna grab some electrical tape and tape this up. But before that, actually, we should try it. I'm actually quite excited, so we're gonna do that right now. If I had my keys, but I don't. I'm a dumbass. Well, anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab electrical wire, my keys, and all that good stuff since it's gonna rain and I don't want to get drenched. We'll be right back. All right, so now test this. I actually had just pre-recorded this and forgot that my Bluetooth was on and it connected to the car. So let's retry this. Hopefully it doesn't connect. Ignition on, USB Type-C. I wish I had another phone to teach you guys, or not teach you guys, to show you guys, but we're gonna have to do it with the phone that I'm using to videotape. Hopefully it does work. I believe it's working? Question mark? Oh yeah, this is charging. It's just that my phone is overheating and it's hot. Extremely hot right now, but we're charging. So next thing to do, and hopefully it's not stuck in my pocket. Okay, there we go. Electrical tape the connection and call it a day. Let me unplug this. Unplug it from the phone. Therefore it's not in the way. Turn off the key. And grab, there's just some, it's not a lot that you need, so that's a good amount. I like to make it go the same way as where the connection is gonna go, so it's kind of like downwards since the center console sits in the back. Wrap it around. I'm probably gonna eventually end up doing a quick disconnect type of thing. I'm gonna have to be in here afterwards doing another upgrade that, you know, the lovely Ted from Blue Bus, we've been going back and forth about sound quality and voice calls. I mean, not voice calls. What the hell am I even saying? Phone call quality and chirping and all that good stuff. But I don't know if you guys remember, but Ted is from Blue Bus, or the creator of Blue Bus. And we've been talking, and he sent me a wiring harness to increase quality when it comes to those type of things. So, oh god. Well, as you guys can see in here, I have a lot of allergies, but we're just putting this back together the same way it came out. Just sliding this lovely piece through, like so. Get this through, get this puppy through, put this the same way how it was, which it has a little clip on the side, you guys will see. And then twist to lock, like so. Untwist and twist. So we have that through. Next, we are going to route the, if it doesn't start raining, because it's, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's pretty dark out. But next what we're gonna have is our hazard switch, which is right here. Yeah, it's pretty hard to do this with one hand and show you guys at the same time. And then our lock switch. So that's ran, that's that, and then we have one more connection to go with, which I believe is the GSM, which is your global positioning for your navigation and all these other things. But in this case, it's for the microphone, I believe. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. I'm not a BMW guru. I just really like wagons and I really love this car. So correct me if I'm wrong, by all means. So we have to connect that. We don't have to worry about the other ones up front yet, since we still have to screw this on. So we're putting on that, and then we are attempting to set this in like, oh come on, this went out, or this came out. That's that. That's that. And then we're sliding both of these in there. And there, kind of, we have it, right? Everything is back to its place. This opening closes correctly. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Oof. All right, let's get this wrapped up. So that's that. Everything is nice. We know it works. Putting we're gonna have to put the screw back in here, and then screw this one down as well, and put the connectors back on, and then do the rest in the back. So we're just fighting against the lovely rain that is about to come pour. So we're just gonna do that. Actually, I don't even know why I'm doing that, because it's broken. The only one that's actually gonna hold this through is the one in the center. Which, you know what sucks? I left the screwdriver inside because I was working inside with the garage. Hopefully our lovely Cornwall one will do the job. So I am extremely sorry for the sniffles, guys. Honestly, I hate having allergies. It's something that I can't control. And right now with the rain and the wind, it doesn't help much. So, oh yeah. Cornwall does the job. So now that everything is in, we're just gonna put this back like so. Just gonna clip in. Unfortunately, now this entire panel is gonna keep lifting up because I don't have that screw and it's broken. But whatever, what can I do? And I don't know where I left the switches because that's how I roll. Oh, right here, that's one of them. I'm not gonna put you guys down. I can't really do this with one hand. Hopefully this doesn't go forward. It does. Is that better? That's definitely not better. I don't know how to put these mounts. The squiggly mounts or whatever, with the tripod thing, I'm not the greatest at it, to be honest. I don't know how people find angles or whatever to actually set these down. Let's see. I think that's good enough. So, same way as we took it out. It has chamfered edges on this one, like that one. So that one only goes with the white one. And then we have this one, which is also a flat edge. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a flat edge on this side. So do that right here. I don't know if you guys can hear that or see, but working. I don't know why the lock is not working, but let's see. That's locked. Is my switch damaged now? Or is the car just being stupid? Well, we'll figure that out later. Whatever. I don't really use those locks anyways as much. So that's in. That's in. Maybe it has to be reset with the door. So we're gonna move to the back. And I generally had to grab the screwdriver because I couldn't do anything with the Cornwell one, and I guess I can't do shit with this one too. Oh my god. I almost feel like I actually used the wrong screw there. I probably did. Or this is just a very old car and it's just being grumpy with me right now. You know what? I'm gonna stick with the wrong screw theory. It's really hard to work this way. I don't know how other YouTubers do it, but I'm gonna try my best. Alright. That's out. Lovely Florida frickin' rain, guys. We're not raining yet. Oh, let me turn that off. We're not raining yet, but it's about to. It's definitely gonna rain eventually. So we're doing these here with the washer type head. Yeah, this is going in no problem, so I definitely put the wrong screws in there. This doesn't have to be crazy tight. It literally is just to hold this in slightly for it to not actually pop back out, but plus you have to consider like the 30,000-year-old plastic that we have in the car. Oh god. So talking about the mods that we have in this car, right? We have already established either hatchbacks or wagons are very useful, especially if you're having a family, or that you do a bunch of different things, whether it's grocery shopping or whatever. I don't know if you guys do that. I do. I have to. between me and my wife. And yes, we have the Tacoma, but it's not the greatest for grocery shopping. So we take this car most of the time, or at least I do, whenever she doesn't come with me. We have established that, you know, wagons or hatchbacks are quite superior when it comes to usability. And to make this car like in the modern age, or a little bit more modern, if you may, I feel like additions like this are crucial, just because it makes it feel like those newer car amenity type of thing. And you know, everybody wants fast charging. I'll show you guys what I was using before, therefore you guys actually know what I mean with that. Oh, that was lightning. I hope you guys heard that. Yeah, I gotta hurry up. So put this in, slide it upwards. I believe it's in the, yep. Let me just double check that I have it in the, yep. It was in here, going inside the vent. Once it's inside the vent, come on, now the connector. All right. Slide it inside the vent, and the last thing that we gotta do is put this cubby, which honestly, if you think about it, what the hell fits in there? I had one of my lovely ibuprofens in there just for shits and giggles, but that's all that fits there. Not very useful. So, and that's it, guys. We have a let's get out of this, please. We have a functioning, oh god, we have a functioning, fast charging USB-C in a extremely old car. This is an 01. So honestly, I can't really be happier with this. But hopefully I see you guys in the next one. We're gonna be talking more about the blue bus stuff from Ted, and we'll test it out. Peace out, guys.